Huh?
I have everything I need right. Leave me in peace.
So, you've returned. Is your pet keeping you entertained?
You know why we're here.
Of course I do. You disappoint me, Serana. You've taken everything I provided for you and thrown it all away for this pathetic half-breed vampire.
Provided for me? Are you insane? You've destroyed our family. You've killed other vampires all over some prophecy that we barely understand. No more. I'm done with you. You will not touch her.
So, I see this dragon has fangs. Your voice drips with the venom of your mother's influence. How alike you've become.
No. Because unlike her, I'm not afraid of you. Not anymore.
And you. It appears I have you to thank for turning my daughter against me. I knew it was only a matter of time before your ambition outgrew your loyalty. A small price to pay for the betterment of our kind. Oh, come now. Spare me your notions of kinship. You've simply used Serana in an attempt to take away what should rightfully be mine. Finally, a trace of honesty in our little conversation. How does it feel to hold the fate of the vampire in your grasp? Exhilarating, isn't it? Yes, quite. I'm growing weary of speaking to you and my traitorous daughter. I'll give you a single chance to turn over the bow to me. There will not be a second. Very well, then. You leave me no choice. Or your soul will be mine.
Boost! Roda!
I won't fall for your tricks.
Enough games. Let's finish this.
That'll teach you.
Rana, your own father.
Well, now that's done. I'm not sure. I'll probably stay here, for as long as they'll let me. I think we can rebuild here. Make my family's legacy something more respectable. Of course, if you've got any more adventures planned. That's what I wanted to hear.
My congratulations on defeating Harkon. Clearly, you are the superior Lord Harkon defeated. I never imagined I'd see the day. I am above the petty squabbles here. My lady, you have my deepest sympathies. I am sure this was not easy for you.
He was out of control, Garen. It had to be done. I'm not happy about this. He was still my father. But I suppose my father really died a long time ago. This was just the end of something else.
Of course, my dear. All will be well now. I saw more than enough political maneuvering. I have never understood the Nord fascination with weapons.
Can you
Magic
imagine it?
is so
A
much more
world without a
versatile,
sun.
don't you think?
We would all have been doomed, vampires and men alike.
None can deny your power. I wish Orthiolf and Vingama would just get it over with and kill each other. Ugh, I'm
Sit
tired
down
of
and
listening
enjoy
to them.
yourself.
Enjoy your hunt. Why worry about who has the bigger chair at the table when there's more than enough to go around?
I'm a loyal servant
well.
to the Lord of the Castle.
Let someone else
Nothing
rule.
more.
I just want to kill and feed.
Huh? It is difficult to admit, but Cesargo could still use some help.
I never would have suspected that the Eye could be so dangerous. Tolfdir is right, isn't he?
It
Magic
is difficult.
really can...
Enchanting service.
Archmage or not, my rules about books still stand. Well, well. I haven't seen one of these beauties in a long time. A rare find in the original Thalmor language. You're damn right I'm interested. Question is, are you selling? Well, considering no one else in Skyrim would buy something they couldn't possibly read, I'd say you don't have much of a choice. Tell you what, you bring me books like this, and I'll pay 1,000 gold each. I'll even throw in a translated edition I have for free. Interested? Here you go.
What do you need? Door! 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 Door? Door? Not here!
The free air of Fus at long last. As promised, I now teach you the first word of soul tearing. Read the essence of your enemy's life force.
Hello there, friend. How lucky for you to chance upon a bard on the road. The life of adventure and song is the life for us, eh, friend? All right.
Where'd you come
I see more. No. All the living shall feel.
Done?
Death comes for you now.
Who's there?
Dead.
Done and done. Where'd you come from? Where'd you come from? Done and done. I'm okay with the dark, but I've spent more than my share of time in caves already.
Who you
Who's there?
mortal fool. No one hides from the dead.
Huh?
Freeze!
Hey!
Jur Zaprul! Jur Zaprul! Jur Zaprul! Jur Zaprul!
Life here has met. Oh, I'm sure I have something you'll find useful.
Well done. I trust you'll put those to good use then. Speak with Garen Merethi. He has something for you.
I am above the petty squad. I saw more than enough political maneuver. Now that the castle is yours, I was wondering, would you be interested in having the passage to the courtyard restored? Harkon clearly never cared much for it. It would be my pleasure. I have never understood the Nord fascination with weapon. I've learned the whereabouts of a troublesome Dawnguard. But please, do be discreet. Our aim isn't to stir the... Good.
Someone do something! Help! Someone do something! gonna take me? No more! I yield! I yield!
Huh? I'm still here. What do you need to take? Lead on, then.
If you're looking for passage to Solstheim, too bad. I'm not going back there anymore. Sure. Yeah, that's me. Why? Who sent you? Now, hold on. That wasn't my fault. I didn't know they were going to attack anybody. I don't even know how I got here. It's hard to explain. I remember those people with the masks coming on board. Then, the next thing I remember, I was here, and they were gone. And that's not right, losing whole days like that. There's been something strange going on there for a while. But after this, I'm done. I'm not going back to Solstheim. Have you been listening to me? I'm not going back there. All right, you have a point. Taking you back to find out who sent them is the least I can do. Besides, maybe you can put a stop to whatever's going on over there. I owe them a bit of payback myself. Well, here we are. This is Raven Rock. Can't say I'm all that glad to see it again. Good luck. Maybe you can figure out what's going on around here.
I don't recognize you. So I'll assume this is your first visit to Raven Rock, Outlander. State your intentions. Mirak, I'm not sure that I do. Just remember, Raven Rock is sovereign territory of House Redoran. This is Morrowind, not Skyrim. While you're here, you will be expected to abide by our laws. Any questions? I'm unsure. I swear I know the name, but I cannot place it. I don't think so. I'm not... The name has something to do with the Earthstone, I think. But I'm not sure what. I have to be. As second counselor, the security of Raven Rock is my primary concern. This isn't exactly the city of Blacklight. We're on the frontier out here, and we've had more than a fair share of troubles. After all we've been through together, I refuse to let Councillor Morvain down. Councillor Morvain is House Redoran's representative on Solstein. As second councillor, it's my job to support him and make certain his rule is enforced. Raven Rock started out as an imperial settlement, but the Empire decided to abandon it just as my people were first setting foot here. They left the town a shambles, and when House Redoran took over, we turned it around and it became ours. And even if it's been a struggle to make this island livable, we're proud to call it home. Your ignorance of our homeland doesn't surprise me. It's the capital of Morrowind. Been that way ever since Mournhold was sacked by the Argonians. I don't visit there often anymore, but we still get the occasional supply ship and visitors from there. Quite a while ago, yes. They cut a bloody swath across most of the southern region of Morrowind. Nobody seems certain why it happened. An attempted expansion, revenge for the enslavement of their people, or perhaps both. Whatever the case may be, thousands of Dunmen needlessly lost their lives, and many more were exiled from their homeland.
I'm no fan of the sun. It would be better than this.
We were delayed by bad weather. Before you even ask, yes, I have the supplies you requested. But
what?
This load cost me double what we'd agreed on. Nothing I can do about it.
Damn it, Jolland, you know we don't have that much coin.
Look, the East Empire Company didn't give me a choice. They've raised their prices again, and there's nothing I can do about it.
After all these years, they're gouging us for every last drake we have. Let me talk to Laeral. I'll see what we can do.
All right, Admiral. Don't worry about rushing it. Just pay me when you can.
Let's get indoors. Or in a cave. Anywhere, just out of this.
Speak, elf. May the wind be at your back, friend.
I've sworn to keep Councillor Morvain safe, and I intend to take that oath to the grave, if need be.
You there. You don't seem to be in quite the same state as the others here. Very interesting. May I ask what it is you're doing here? Miraak. It sounds familiar, and yet I can't quite place... Oh, wait, I recall. But that makes very little sense. Miraak's been dead for thousands of years. I'm not sure, but it is fascinating, isn't it? Perhaps it has some relation to what's going on here. Quite unexpected. I'm afraid I can't give you any answers, but there are ruins of an ancient temple of Miraak's toward the center of the island. If I were you, I'd look there. Building something, clearly, and yet they don't seem to have much to say about it. I'm very interested to find out what happens when they finish.
He grows ever near to us.
Certainly not. Doing so would interfere with whatever is going on, and I would be unable to see how this all turns out. It is the only place where silt striders can be found. Although I managed to transplant a few here when I arrived.
Now through him do we see.
Our hands once were idle.
Now through them does he speak.
And when the world shall listen.
And when the world remembers.
That world will cease to bear in his shrine. That they have forgotten.
That you might remember.
Ah, so you are able to resist the effect by exerting your will. Fascinating. I would not advise touching the stone again. Effects of repeated
By
contact.
night we recline.
Far from yourself. Your eyes once were blinded.
Our hands once were idle.
Now, through them, do I speak. And when the world shall see. That world will cease to be.
That they have forgotten.
Here do you toil.
That we might remember.
By night we recline.
You haven't seen Kresh's Corelli. No, this isn't just your run-of-the-mill pickaxe. I'm talking about an ancient Nordic pickaxe. They don't exactly grow on trees, you know. I prefer to handle these things on my own. Look, if you see Kresh's, tell him to give me that pickaxe back, and I'll pay you for the trouble. Well, well, it's been a long time since someone from the guilds bothered to make their way out here. So tell me, how's my brother Delvin? Still spending his nights at the Ragged Flagon trying to win Vex's heart? Good to hear. Damn layabout never even bothers to send his own flesh and blood a letter saying how he's doing. Can you imagine? Anyway, I suppose you're looking for work. Well, I got bad news. This place is drier than a damn bone. Eager to make some coin, eh? That's the spirit. I'll tell you what. The guild's got a problem out here that I've been trying to deal with for years, but haven't been able to handle. Don't look at me like that. I'm all alone out here, with no one to watch my back. And besides, it's really my problem anyway. I caused it. A fellow Breton who went by the name Esmond Tyne showed up on my doorstep about a fortnight ago. He noticed the shadow marks like you did, and I thought he was one of us. That he did, right out from under my nose. Can you believe it? It's my own formula for improved bone mold. Took me years to perfect. Well, before he ran off, he was talking some nonsense about trying to fence goods to the Reeklings at Castle Karstag. I told him he was crazy to even think about talking to those vicious little buggers, but he wouldn't listen. I'd bet a fat purse of coin that he's either dead or hiding out up there. You do that, and I'll make sure you're set up right. You won't be disappointed. No, wait. Maybe. I don't know how I know that name. I'm not sure. I don't want to talk about this. A fine question, and the one that I hear most often from visitors to our town. I wish I had a more romantic tale to tell, but I was simply seeking my fortune and chose Raven Rock to ply my trade. Besides, knowing how to repair bone mold armor wasn't very useful in Riften. I had a friend over there, a dark elf named Van Ryth, a very talented armor smith. Spent a lot of time with the guy swapping smithing techniques. Learned a heck of a lot, including how to repair bone mold. After he moved on to greener pastures, I decided to pack up, move out here, and put those lessons to the test. Been here ever since. It's the only tool tough enough to crack Stalrim, is what it is. Not many of those beauties left in the world. Forging them is a lost art. The one Cretius borrowed came from the Skull village up north. I, traded them some goods for it. Calling Stalrim an ore is like calling my forge a campfire. Some folks say it's enchanted ice, but I think there's more to it than that. I don't think I've come across more than a chunk or two in my lifetime, and smithing's my trade. If you're looking to learn more, you should head over to the Skull village. Someone there's bound to know more about it than I do. You tell Cretius he better give that pickaxe back to me, or else. Find my pickaxe yet?
Your visit here will be tolerated as long as you abide by our laws. Otherwise, you'll answer to the Redoran Guard.
Don't like your skin's as pink. I don't think so, though it sounds like a name I've heard before. I hear that name, and I see a temple here on Solstheim. What could that mean? Yes, I'm proud to say that I grow or harvest most of it myself. I only wish I had a better source for netch jelly. Those creatures are difficult to track down since it's so dangerous beyond the bulwark. That would be splendid. I'd be more than happy to give you something for the effort. Careful with those netches. They may look tame, but they can seriously hurt you when threatened.
My husband... Always nice to speak to... Marek. Marek. I'm sure I've heard that name before.
I think so.
Haven't I?
But I'm not
Was it
sure
in
where
a
I heard the
dream?
name. I don't know why, but I'm thinking about a temple here on the
I'll give you
island.
this one. No,
Maybe it was
wait.
just a bad dream.
I don't know. I feel
This island's
strange
nothing
just
but a
thinking
private
about
I work for
What's the point trying to make a
Haven't
life
you got
here?
something
Here
better
on the
to
Keep
island.
yourself safe.
Something about a
Solstine's
temple.
still a dangerous
Fight
place.
well.
Squatting isn't tolerated in the abandoned buildings. If you need a place to stay.
Welcome. Let me know if you want anything. I think I got a clean mug around here somewhere.
As you look able to venture out. A few months ago, I had sent an important folio to the first edition bookshop in the Imperial City to be rebound. They sent it back to me recently, but it never arrived. Yes, the Strident Squall, or something like that. The damn thing sunk right off the coast of Solstheim. Can you imagine? One of the sailors survived. Poor thing crawled all the way to Raven Rock on his hands and knees. Before he died, he told the Redoran Guard about the wreck and warned us that it was going to be crawling with reavers. Thank you. You have no idea how much it hurts losing such a precious heirloom. My husband is second counselor. You aren't here with bad news regarding my... Why does that sound so familiar? I don't know. Adral... How I hate that He's in grave danger. When I fought... This island was never... I assure you. Unfortunately, Adral and... I'm the wife of... The most important thing is that I stand by Adral no matter how I feel. And I intend to do that until we get
Welcome
off
to
this
the Wretching
miserable
Netch Corner
rock.
Club, home of a fine... I heard crazy old Cressius has been sneaking into Raven Rock Mine again. At his age, he's going to get himself killed in there. If you've got gold on your hands, you might talk to Rallis up at Colbjorn Barrow. I've heard he wants to excavate the place. Heard that Reeklings got a hold of Thirsk Mead Hall, forced the Nords who live there to move to a camp nearby. Words reached us that the dragons have returned. I wonder if we'll see them in Solstheim. The Ashspawn attacks on the bulwark are getting worse. Captain Veleth is trying his best. The Redoran Guard have spotted a pack of with the mine shut down. There's no telling how much longer. Haven't heard anything lately. But check
My
back with
husband
me.
is second counselor,
never know.
so I certainly have the means to reward you if you find my folio. As the wife to the second counselor of Raven Rock, it would be my pleasure to help you any way that I can.
Welcome to the Wretching Netch Corner Club, milady.
Teldrin
Need
Serro,
anything,
Blake,
Master
the
Geldis
best
will be happy to
swordsman
help
in
you.
all Morrowind
Safe
is at your
travels.
service. If you witness suspicious activity, report it to Captain Veleth immediately.
You lost?
On behalf of House Redoran and as Councillor of Raven... Solstheim is theoretically under my rule. But without revenue from the mine, I lack the resources to actually govern anything but Raven Rock itself. Not that there's much beyond the confines of our town anyway. Well, there's a small enclave of Nords to the north in Skal Village. They pretty much keep to themselves, and we both like it that way. Then there's Tel Mithrin to the east. The Telvanni live out there. Sort of a strange lot. But since we're both from Morrowind, we get along. Other than that, Solstheim is crawling with bandits and Reeklings. But that's to be expected living in a frontier like this. It used to be one of the richest ebony mines in Morrowind, but it dried out years ago. Now, we're barely holding out here. Without the mine, Raven Rock doesn't feel like it can last much longer. You've never heard of House Redoran? We're the mightiest of the great houses, and we lead the Council, the ruling body of Morrowind. This isn't Skyrim, Outlander. A group of powerful and influential Dunmer families have been ruling Morrowind for millennia. They embody a council made up of 5 great houses: Telvanni, Dres, Indoril, Sadras, and Redoran. Well, of course, with 4 other houses on the council, someone has to keep the rabble organized. Our house leads the council by virtue of our preeminence in battle, wisdom, and ancestral glory. Yes, I imagine it would to someone not of our people. If you're interested in pursuing the subject, help yourself to any of the historical volumes in my library. Do I? I'm not even sure. I can picture a temple here on Solstheim. Must have been a bad dream.
If you need a ride back to the mainland, Jalen's the only way off this rock.
Welcome to Raven Rock, traveler. Could I interest you in any fine ash-grown goods?
Damn it, woman. I said to leave me be.
Cretius, last time you explored the mine, you almost fell to your death. I'm not spending the rest of my days as a widow.
And I'm telling you that I'll do whatever it takes to find my great-grandfather's remains. He's down here.
I was always taught to avoid these types. That was almost 2 centuries ago. Now. There may be nothing left to find.
Just let me go, woman.
Cretius, you're an obstinate old fool, and you're going to get yourself killed. My apologies for Cretius. That foolish old man thinks he's 30 years younger than he is. He's going to get himself killed traipsing around the mine. He's convinced himself that there's some sort of conspiracy involving the East Empire Company and the mine's closure. We came across some old letters that belonged to his great-grandfather in our house, and he believes every word written in them. Cretius's great-grandfather worked for the East Empire Company. The letters mention some sort of discovery he was sent to investigate. There's really nothing remarkable in the letters. I don't know what he's so excited about. Gratian Corellius. He was an explorer for the East Empire Company. They'd send him all over Tamriel when they had difficulties in a mining operation. Poor man. Can you imagine doing all that dangerous work just to end up dying at your own doorstep? There was they were never... Cretius is convinced. My beloved is almost 80 years. I love him dearly, and I support everything he does. But I can't... To understand... Cretius is a... By the time Cretius came of age, our home has... Instead, he's... A decade ago, this drove him into a deep... It was. I stayed for a while and cared for him, then... I suppose we fell in love.
Who in the blazes are you?
Careful out there.
Can't you see I'm... Why should I tell you? I don't even know who you are. Maybe. But mark my words, these mines hold a secret that could put Raven Rock back on the map. A secret the East Empire Company swept under the rug 2 centuries ago. It killed my great-grandfather and left Raven Rock with a worthless and tainted mine. Gratian Kyrelius. He spent his entire life exploring ancient ruins across Tamriel, and he died in these very mines almost 2... The East Empire Company... I found an unsent letter. The East Empire Company must have felt it... It is. Well, I assume it is. I haven't been able to... I'm telling you, there's some... Look, time's my enemy. It's caught... I do. Gratian kept it. Here's everything I have. The letter, the key. Look, what I may sound like a crazy old man to you, but I'm telling you, the damn... I'll bet he stole it from the Skald in the first place. Good. Now let me get back to what I was doing. She thinks that I realize she cares about me. Then I'll settle. I just hope both of you don't mistake my enthusiasm for insanity.
Where'd you come from? Teamwork right there. Who's there? Where'd you come from?
Capture that!
Teamwork right there.
Bruce, go down!
I'm gonna... Sister.
This won't end well for
That's it. Oh, you got it.
Damn it, woman. I said to leave me be.
Cretius, last time you explored the mine, you almost fell to your death. My apologies. That foolish old man thinks he's convinced. We came across some old Cretius. There's really nothing remarkable. Great. He was an poor man. There was a they were never. Cretius is my beloved. I love him dearly. To understand, Cretius. By the time Cretius came, our home. Instead, a decade ago, this drove him in. It was. I stayed for a while and cared for him. Then I was always taught to avoid
Who
these
in the
types
blazes are you?
in love.
Can't you see I'm busy?
Be careful out there.
Why should I tell you? I don't even know who. But mark my words. A secret? It killed my great-grandfather, Gratian Kyrelius. The East Empire... I found an unsent... The East Empire Company must have... It is. Well, now you're studying. I'm telling you. Look, time's my enemy. I do. Gratian kept... Here's everything I have. The letter, the key. Please. She thinks that I realize she cares about. Then I'll say I've been waiting. I just hope both of you don't mistake. Look, I may sound like a crazy old man to you, but I'm telling you, the tunnels here are solid. They would never try the lower sections of the mine. I've never been able to get that far.
Who's Roda?
Lucky hit.
Right there. Who's there? Who's Roda? Who's there? Who's Roda? Still remember how to fight.
Fus Rota!
Yeah.
Fus Roda!
Fus, Roda!
So, another seeker after knowledge enters my realm. I am Hermaeus Mora, Prince of Fate and Lord of Secrets. This is Apocrypha, where all knowledge is hoarded. Perhaps you will prove clever enough to uncover the secrets hidden. If so, welcome. Oh, perhaps you are a fool or a coward. If so, you are in peril. Read your book again and escape before Apocrypha claims you forever.
a decent bottle of meat.
Huh?
Not fair that they always take the good stuff.
Who's there?
Give it your best!
Nordic ruins, even older than I am. I wonder if the Draugr are as gullible as they... Where'd you come from?
Over here. I'm gonna bleed you. I've had enough of you. I'll cut you open. Go.
Nordic ruins, even older than I am. I wonder if the Draugr are as gullible as they were when I was a girl.
Die, damn you! I'm gonna kill you. I'm gonna bleed. Give up while you still can.
What have you got? That'll teach you.
There's plenty for all.
If you need anything, say the word. I can still forge a decent blade.
I leave politics to others. I serve the lord of the castle.
Life here. Always a pleasure to serve a fellow alchemist. Revel in your power. Politics bore me terribly, but they're a fact of life here.